The reason I don't like Justin Fields is because he is not bad enough where they can absolutely tank. He's got some talent, and if he shows any side of talent, this terrible franchise is going to talk themselves into him being the next franchise quarterback. You already hear how the fan base is talking about him. I think the team's going to do the same thing. Aaron Glenn comes from Detroit. He already told you the quarterback's not the most important. Every position is important. Wrong, Aaron Glenn. You're wrong about that. The quarterback is the most important. Look at what happened in Washington. They drafted the right quarterback, and all of a sudden they turned the franchise around in 1 year. You need the great quarterback. And the other thing is Woody Johnson. When he sees the excitement from this fan base and the highlights on social media and the highlights on SportsCenter, 60-yard runs and big touchdown plays and excitement, even though down to down he's not the guy, Woody Johnson will be like, we need to keep that here. We need to make him the long-term quarterback. Jets fans, what you're rooting for, you're rooting to see flashes. We saw flashes of talent from Zach Wilson, but he couldn't make the simple 5-yard out. He couldn't be a NFL quarterback. The same thing as Justin Fields. You see him on SportsCenter. You don't watch him every day. You see him on Red Zone, big touchdown runs. The stats look pretty good in Pittsburgh. They didn't trust him in Pittsburgh. He threw the ball 11 times a game. He's not a great quarterback. He has great flashes because he's extremely talented and an unbelievably gifted athlete, but he's not a franchise quarterback. My biggest fear isn't that they bottom out and they win 2 games. That wouldn't be bad. Then they just draft a quarterback next year. That's not the worst case scenario. The worst and most likely outcome is they win somewhere between 6 and 9 games and talk themselves into Justin Fields being the long-term option when he clearly isn't. I hope he proves me wrong. I hope he is a superstar. That's the best case scenario. But the most likely scenario is he's mediocre with flashes of brilliance, because that's what he's been his whole career. And I don't trust this Jets regime to make the right choice on him beyond this season. So that's my problem with Justin Fields.